Welcome one and all to the Jasmine Grand Prix, another match on PlayTCG versus Malus, and this time we both have metal decks, hence the Jasmine Grand Prix, and both Durant decks in fact, so we're going to have a duel of Durants to see who can deck out each other the fastest, so this should be interesting stuff. I start out with a Cobalion, and I've got some decent stuff in my hand. Got 2 Eviolites and 2 True Metals, so I should be pretty beefy against whatever he can throw at me. He's gonna have to hit me for, what, 50 before he's even gonna leave a scratch, so that's pretty nice defense. And we have a little bit of issues during this game of getting like stuff synced up with me seeing what he's doing, but nothing we can't work past, so that's fine. Throws down 3 guys, so see what he starts with. I've just got my lone Cobalion, which is not the preferred starter for the deck, but, you know, it's what I drew, so it's what I gotta go with. He rolls ahead, so he's gonna get to go first, because I always call tails. And he's got 2 Durant and a Cobalion, so his start looks a little bit better for me, at least on the field right now. So, he's gonna throw down Eviolite and a Metal Energy, and nom 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 my deck for 2. Which discards a basic metal and some interviewer's questions, so I draw some basic metal myself, throw down a special metal, Eviolite, and bam, collector out some 3 Durant, and already I'm back in it. I was never out of it, I don't know why I said that. Anyway, I gotta pass because I can't attack this turn. Don't have enough energy on Cobalion, but looks like neither of us is going to be able to do too much damage to each other for a couple of rounds anyway. He throws on some Defender, so now he's got 40 damage buff that he can reduce. And noms me for 2 more, which looks like another Interviewer's and a Jewel Ball. So my energy searching ability is going to be kind of sad. And I check how much Energy Press does, and it's not going to be enough to do anything against Defender. But I do have 2 True Metals on there, so now I've got a permanent minus 40 damage reduction on Cobalion. So he's going to be pretty beastly. I try to attack him and it does nothing just for kicks. And he draws. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna keep Devouring. Discards a True Metal. And I top deck a Lost World, which is the tech I have. I just have 1 copy of it in this deck. It's only there because of Mime Jr., who I run 2, maybe 3 of. I think 3. Anyway, just in case he gets lucky and throws 6 Pokemon in the Lost World, then or the Lost Zone, then I can get a cheap win that way. So hit him for 60 due to Eviolite with Iron Breaker, so now he's not going to be able to attack with that Durant anyway. So he passes, get some more Eviolite to throw on my other Durants, and I think I can just go ahead and finish him off. Yeah, just finish him off, get a Super Rod, which is going to be handy since we're trying to deck each other. It'll be nice to throw 3 cards back in the deck at some point. And I had a game against Viral that I didn't record, in which he brutally maimed me with Scizor Prime. So as soon as I saw that Scyther, I was like, yeah, he's probably got Scizor Prime coming out soon. And Scizor Prime, as you'll see shortly, is does really well against decks that rely on special energy cards. So I've got 2 special metal on Cobalion right now, so that's making me very wary of that. And then he's also got twins going on, which is double computer search if you're losing, which he is, since I just knocked out one of his Durant. And so he doesn't have to show me what they are either, since it can be anything. And I'm just gonna assume for the moment that he grabbed a Scizor Prime, which he did, and looks like a True Metal as well. So he's got a DCE on there, which is not gonna help boost the damage from Metal Scissors, but he could use it to retreat later. So just a switch that he can sort of utilize in the future with that already being attached, I guess. So I think he passes here. Can't really do anything with Durant anyway. He put the energy on Scizor. Waiting. There we go. Draw some more Revive, which is very nice in Durant, since you know you can keep getting them back even after they keep knocking them out. And nothing I want to use my Super Rod on. Go ahead and throw out Lost World. I doubt he plays any Stadium cards, and I want to go ahead and get it out there in case I use In, or in case he uses In. And I get Catcher for my prize for killing that Durant, so I'm up 4-6. And here comes this thing. So now we're gonna have an intense stall war, because I've got 40 damage that I can reduce, and I can't damage him whatsoever due to red armor. So, however, red armor only blocks damage, not effects of attacks. So I can, if I absolutely have to, I can stall him out or not stall him out, I can just keep stalling with Iron Breaker and making him unable to attack, and I can't damage him either. So he does Metal Scissors for, would normally do 50, but because mass defense, it only does 10. And I believe I catch her out. Yeah, I catch her out Scizor here, which he just kind of essentially evolves the one on the bench, which is, you know, the same effect anyway, so whatever. So I get another prize off that to go up 3-6, and get a Mime Jr., which is might be kind of handy to have around later. It'll be a guy, I'm kind of starved on energy right now, so Mime Jr. having that free attack might be pretty helpful. At some point I really want to retreat Cobalion to get those 2 special metal off him, so that he can actually deal damage to Scizor Prime. And here's where we have one of our little glitchy issues. You can see Scizor Prime is active, and here we go. Now the energies into the Scizor are becoming active as well. You know, you gotta move all this stuff manually on this site. It's not like TCG-0. So, let's see, so I think he's about to start his turn. Yeah, see the metal energy is still on the bench. And I'm like, I still see a metal energy on the bench. So I think the solution to that is if you just wiggle it around, it'll eventually, yeah, see it's wiggling around. There we go. Now it's attached properly. So let's see. I think did he already draw? At some point I didn't think he drew, and he actually did. But anyway, I think he throws on another metal here. Another special metal, if I recall correctly. Is that what he does? Well, we're going at like 3 point. We're going. I think this is at 3.5 times speed, because this was a pretty long one. As it was, you know, steel defense, gonna be kind of stally. And nope, he just does 10 more. Okay. So I get a basic energy, which I desperately wanted and needed, and look through, and I still don't really have anything I could super on for. And I think, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and throw some Durant up here and get some deck action going on him with this metal that I drew. Even though I'd really like to put it on Cobalion, I'm gonna go ahead and discard Scizor Prime, Metal Energy, and Onyx, and a Durant. So that was a pretty nice Devour I got to pull off right there. And due to some Eviolite, he shouldn't be able to knock me out in one shot, even if he grabs another, puts another metal on there. So he communications in a Scizor, and gets out, I believe, an Onyx. Yeah, gets out an Onyx, which he goes ahead and benches. And let's see, I think he just hits me here. Yep, hits me for 30. Yeah, 50 minus 20. And what do I get? Get another revive. So I've got 3 revives going on. If I just had some energy, I could go on Durant Blitzkrieg mode here, as he still hasn't drawn a prize. So get 2 twins, a collector, and I think another Durant there discarded off Devour. So Devour is maining his deck. I'm getting some awesome discards with it. Some stuff that he could probably, especially those twins. Ugh, being behind 3, really nice. So he hits me again for 30 more. You know, I get 1 dual ball flip, which I should have done a Mime Jr. right there. I don't know why I didn't grab Mime Jr. instead of Cobalion. I already had one of both, so I didn't really need any of it. But anyway, there went an N, a DCE, I think a True Metal, and a Steelix Prime. So wow, getting very nice stuff on the top of his deck. And he has another twins though, so I believe that's his 4th twins. So he must run 4 twins in this deck, which I don't know how many I would ever run. I mean, twins is an awesome card. I don't know that I'd run 4 of it, but I would hope I'd be able to bounce back before then. But in this case, it's very handy since, you know, 2 of them got discarded, so it works out. And let's see, he's gonna go ahead and finish me off now. I've got 60 damage. I only have 10 life left, so yeah. So Durant goes down, and I'm thinking about which one of these guys I like to send up. And this is where I probably should have had a Mime Jr. to go up right here, because I don't have any energy. Yeah, I bench him now. I wish I had him up, but anyway. I just went ahead and put one up there, and go ahead and revive a Durant in case he does in to get those revives out of my hand. And want to have 4 Durant out at all times. And I consider super rotting now, even though it's only going to get 2, but I'm really desperate for energy. I need to increase the chances that I draw it. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle 2 in, put some more in there, give me some more chances to pull it, at least I guess. What's my deck at now? 25. You might be able to see in the bottom right corner. I guess adding two chances to make it 25 is better than not having those 2 chances out of 23. I'm not sure. Anyway, I guess it's not too big an improvement, but whatever. It's more energy in the deck. So what am I thinking here? Or this might be where I tell him end and he doesn't see end because we're having synchro issues. Let's see. So overview of the situation now. I've still got bunches of revives. I've still got a defender that I could have played, and I've thought about playing it because he's got. I think he's got. Does he have? I think he has 2. Maybe that's later on. And at some point he can deal 70 to me, and I think about defendering a Durant, but I decide, no, because if he throws down another metal, then my defender was wasted. I'd rather go ahead and save that and make sure that my guy who's got an Eviolite is able to live a hit instead. So Eviolite gets played on Cobalion, and I think this is the turn where he makes a misplay. Yeah, he throws. Actually, that was kind of weird. He said he attached it before I saw him attach it. So he throws Eviolite on Scizor Prime, and he's like, no! Because it doesn't work on evolved Pokemon, obviously. It's not supposed to work on guys who can't evolve like Cobalion anyway, but in the TCG it does. I don't think it ended up to be too consequential a play, though, as there wasn't too many other guys who could have used it, so take that one with a grain of salt. But here comes kind of a critical play. I need to get the ideal Sweet Sleepy Face off with Mime Jr. And we do, what is it, Sleepy Lost? Yeah, Sleepy Lost sends one of his, sends the top card of his deck to the Lost Zone, which ends up to be an N, and we just put the Lost Zone above the deck, or between the, on the opposite direction of the discard pile. So he's got an N in his Lost Zone, and I think that's the only card that gets in there. So I flip Tails going into his turn, and then I flip Heads going into my turn, so that worked out absolutely perfectly. With the coin flips, allows me to bring up Cobalion, whereas if I'd stayed asleep, I wouldn't have been able to. Go ahead and res my Durant, get 4 back on the bench, and now I've got Cobalion up with 3 basic Metal Energy cards, so he can now actually damage Scizor Prime. And I check, and I think, at first I tell him it's going to do 40, but then I forget, oh wait, Eviolite doesn't affect Scizor Prime, so it does 60. And kudos to him for telling me that, because I totally would have forgotten. But anyway. So, I don't have as much defense on Cobalion now, though, since those true metals are gone. I just have the minus 20 from Eviolite. So, he uses N, which frankly is fine by me. I really want to get some different cards. And I end up to get a very nice draw from N. I get Junk Arm, Pokemon Catcher, and a basic metal, which is probably what I mainly wanted. Get a useless, well, I guess not totally useless, Cobalion. And I think about playing this Catcher here, because so that's my discard. I see he's powering up a Cobalion on the bench, and whoever's Cobalion gets the first strike is the one who's gonna put the lock down. So I kinda like that to be mine and get the drop on his Cobalion, but at the same time, his Scizor is a big threat, so I kinda want to get it down as low as possible as well. And he also threw down double Defender right there, which I'm pretty sure you can do. It's not a tool, it's just something you can throw down there. I mean, I know you can stack plus power, so I don't see why you couldn't stack Defenders as well. 99% sure you can do that. Defender's been around since base set, so I should know what it does, right? But, so due to Defender, he only takes 20 from my normally 80 damage attack. And this card's the DCE, as I mentioned earlier, essentially using it as a something to cover the retreat cost, like a switch. And up comes the Cobalion to Iron Breaker me for, how much is that going to do? It's going to do 60, I believe. Yeah, up me to 8 damage counters. And clearly I need to retreat out of this, or else Cobalion's going to die, which I'd really rather not have happen. So I get some Max Potion, which is very intriguing. If I go ahead and retreat, I'll be down to 1 energy, and then Max Potion, discard 1 energy, heal 80 damage, yes please. But, I don't know. I'm really still energy starved, so I want to try to save that as much as possible. So I think this may be where I ask him how many cards he has left in his deck, which you can see down in the bottom right corner now. And I'm pretty sure that's public knowledge, like your opponent is allowed to know that, is allowed to ask you that, you know, because you can just count them out face down, eh? That is one thing I really wish they would add to TCGO, is the ability to check how many cards in the deck. So, anyway, up comes Durant, and this is the time when I see, ooh, that Onyx on the bench? Catcher bait! But not offensive catcher bait, defensive catcher bait, which that's one reason that Gust and Catcher have always been so good. You can use them for offense or defense. So, I think he said he had about 16 or so cards left prior to that discard from Devour, so all I gotta do is stall him out about 3 more turns. If I can last 3 more turns and utilize Durant on most of those turns, I don't have a revive right now, but I do have a junk arm to get one back if need be. And at this point, his big 3 retreat cost is really being a pain in the keister. If he gets a DCE, that might allow him to retreat and bring up somebody else, but I do get another catcher, so I can, you know, maybe bring him back out again if he does get to retreat. And at this point, he's still going to have to claim 4 prizes before he decks out, which isn't too likely, especially since I'm going to go ahead and devour some more. At least I am momentarily. Okay, I think that skipped on my video, but I know, I believe I hit a DCE there, as well as a couple of Team Rocket's Trickery, which he wouldn't have wanted to play anyway. And at this point, it's pretty much over. I think he has exactly 4 cards left in his deck after he drew. So, top deck some more metal, throw that on there, and devour one more time. One more time. Cobalion in, Collector, and a True Metal, and he can't draw to start his turn, so that will end the game. Yeah, I think that's my first deck out victory on TCG or PlayTCG. So Durant is tons of fun. I don't care if it's not a tier 1 deck. It is amazing. It's just an adrenaline rush seeing all those good cards going into the discard pile. You know, I guess, you know, stuff like Junk Arm and stuff makes it a little bit less dampening for the opponent to see those cards get discarded, but it is just a ton of fun. So I highly recommend Durant. All you really need for it is, you know, just get 4 collectors, 4 dual balls, and 4 Durant, which compared to some other decks is not that hard to get. That's pretty much your core deck list for Durant. So it's pretty cheap, pretty fun, pretty effective, and I like it a lot. And Jasmine approves. So thanks for watching, and later days.